If you're looking for MUT coins to upgrade your MUT game, go to GameRusher.com for cheap and safe MUT coins. You can use my discount code HUB at the website. Use the first link in the description down below and get that upgrade to your game. Yo, what's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's your boy Kush back at it again with another Giants video. Real quick, subscribe to the channel if you're new, ring that bell, like the video up, follow me on all platforms and whatnot. Check out the merch and kind of let's get into this video, man. This Monday reminds me of the Tuesday after the Buccaneers game, in terms of just how I felt after a bad loss against the Buccaneers. And Buccaneers was a bad loss for a different reason than this Cardinals loss is a bad reason. This Cardinals loss is a bad reason for the same reasons that the 49ers loss was. That's because we just got outplayed, outcoached, out-talented, out everything in that game. And it was one of the worst games as a team that we've had this year. The Buccaneers loss, now the common ground between the Bucs loss and this loss is that I just feel so demoralized. like after that Bucs game, I took some time and I'm doing some reflection on the season. I'm kind of doing the same thing now. Like I've calmed down since yesterday in terms of just being sad and disappointed with the team. And even yesterday, I had like a modicum, just thinking to myself, saying that even though I'm disgusted, annoyed, and angry with the team's performance, of course, I still got faith that we could probably make something happen here at the end of the season in terms of, winning the division and playoffs and whatnot. We're still in it. There's a reason, we still show up in the playoff hunt graphic and whatnot. We're still in the races. Now, it is sad that every team in the NFC East won yesterday other than us. But first, that's not even what I'm here to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? We still could do something. I wanna put that out there. I'm not completely giving up on this team. I don't think anybody should either, but it's time to do a little bit of reflection on the year so far. And generally, just kind of think like, am I happy with the Giants 2020 season so far? And to do that, I really got to go back and ask myself, what did I want coming into the season? And I have multiple, I'm a Giants YouTube channel. Of course, I have multiple videos on that. I think the most accurate one or representation of that would probably be expectations for 2020 season, or a season prediction video or something like that. I have a whole off-season playlist you guys could go check out. But off the top of my head, I know what I wanted coming into the season. I wanted the Giants to, first of all, improve, in two different ways. Improve in the product they put out on the field. So this is players. This is player progression. This is me seeing better tackling, because last year we had terrible tackling. This is obviously defensive side, just better play by defensive players, especially defensive backs, which was an extremely weak part of our team last year. I want to see improvement in linebacking play. I just want to see a better defense. I wanted to see better fundamentals. I want to see a team that competed. That goes for offense and defense. I want to see improvement on the field in terms of stuff like that. And I also did want to see improvement in the record. I do want to see that to shine through and pull through in the standings and records. That does matter at the end of the day. In my opinion, the fundamentals and, football basics and technicalities are very, very important. But let's not count out the fact that you got to win games. So I want to see this team learn how to win some games and close out some games. And that's really the main thing I want to see. I want to see better coaching. I want to see a team that had a coaching staff that I could rely on, that I could be confident in for most of the season. Because some games are just flat out where it's like, all right, my coaching staff is good, but we're probably not going to come away with this. An example of that, well, this is going to be a bad one, but an example of that would have been the Buccaneers game, had the Buccaneers played up to their hype. But they didn't, and then our coaching staff took advantage of that and they kept us in that game. So that gives me confidence, stuff like that. And to be honest with you, when it comes down to it, I should be satisfied with the 2020 season thus far, because that is what we saw. You talk about improvement, I was talking about the defensive side. I don't think anybody's arguing that this defense is massively improved from last year. A couple different pieces here and there, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, it's the same players. There's really two big differences, in my opinion. That's James Bradbury and Blake Martinez, and they do make a big difference, especially since they come in to two of the weaker parts of defenses, and they did great. But then it's also the coaching on the defensive side. You know, we give Patrick Graham a lot of credit all the time. It's all the defensive assistants under him, guys like Brett Bielema, Kevin Scherer. Oh man, I choked there. Kevin Scherer, Sean Spence, Jerome Henderson. The coaching is there. They're tackling. These guys are competing week in, week out. You know, I said in my reaction video yesterday, our defense keeps us in every single one of these games. Even this loss yesterday to the Cardinals, the defense kept us in it for as long as they could before it's just like, all right, it got too much. There's no way the offense could overcome that. We definitely see improvement. We see improvement in coaching all over the field. The one place I can say that we did not see improvement, though, was scoring points. Now, the offensive line has improved. I really think that, yes, I don't know. You know what? I can't say what happened yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday, but I still think that the offensive line is improved. I do think the offensive line is improved. I can't say that for 4 straight games it was a complete fluke that the offensive line played better than they did the entirety of the rest of the season. I can't believe that. And if that's the case, then man, oh man, are we in some trouble, man. And Jesus, but I do think the offensive line is improved, which is a big thing to say. That's been something the Giants have been trying to improve for almost a decade now. But scoring-wise, we've seen the opposite of progress. We've seen regression. You know what I'm saying? We cannot score the ball for any type of reason. And there's multiple reasons to it. For one thing, for a good part of the season, we just weren't healthy with our weapons. And then after that, when we are healthy, these weapons, they just don't get separation. You know what I'm saying? The route combinations that are provided to them, and now this comes with the offensive coordinator coaching, so Jason Garrett, are not the best, and so we can't score points, and then our quarterback is struggling. Our quarterback is struggling for 2 reasons. A, because he's struggling. That's something he needs to deal with himself, and he needs to improve. And B, because his weapons are struggling. So once you got the 2 parts that are struggling, not even one of them is doing good. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Not one of them is doing good. Then you got 0 plus 0 equals 0, man. What do you want me to say? You know what I mean? So that's the one thing we definitely regressed in. But other than that, I'm seeing improvement on the offensive line. Definitely improvement in coaching. 100% improving on the defense. Special teams is kind of where it falls down a little bit. Just a little bit, though. You know, these past couple weeks have been shaky on the special teams. But over the course of the season, if we're talking over the course of the season, I am happy with the performance of the special teams over the course of the season. I hope that they have bounced back. So in terms of the things that I wanted improvement from the team in terms of how they play, I think we got that. And then now in terms of, you know, our record, well, we did get that. We're at 5 wins. We have the potential to get at 6 wins if we close out Dallas week 17, which week to week looks like, oh, we could win it. And then another week it's like, Dallas is good. Maybe we can't win it. We'll see. Whatever the case is, I saw an improvement in wins already. So looking back at the beginning of the season to now, should I be happy? Should I be satisfied? Yes. Why am I not? And why do I sound the way I do right now? I think it's because I bought into the hype just a little too much, and I feel like maybe a lot of fans did. You know what I'm saying? It's a case of like getting high on your own supply type of thing. We had a chance to really close out the NFC East with a stranglehold, and we really bought into that hype. And like I said, there's still a chance to do that. I still think there's a chance the Giants can make the playoffs. But even if they don't, we shouldn't get too down, too disappointed, or too, you know, into any negative emotions, because guess what? The team has improved from last year, and this year was all about that. It was all about improvement. It was all about making progress. And so don't get too into it. You know what I mean? Don't get too down in the dumps if we don't get into the playoffs, because at the beginning of the year, that wasn't the goal. You know what? It was extremely nice to even have that goal in mind. I know part of the reason is because of how bad the NFC East is, but part of the reason is also because the Giants clawed their way back up from 1-7. So that's a testament to improvement in coaching right there. So you know what? We should really, I think some Giants fans, including myself, I'm speaking for guys like me that kind of bought into the hype a little bit. We should probably take a step back and say this was still a good year in my opinion. This was still a successful year, no matter how it ends, whether it ends with a playoff berth or not. And at the end of the day, the offseason is there to improve the team even more, and we'll be back next year. The future is still bright, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you all think. I would like to see if anybody shares the similar thoughts, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.